Viewers and subscribers, thank you. Before watching, please tap the thumbs up button below the video. And also click like. Thank you for watching. This is the grandeur. What I'd like to introduce to you is an air conditioner. This car has been out for a year since it was released. The reason you came is that when the air conditioner is turned on and you're in the car, it vibrates. It's fine up to the steering wheel, but the vibration continues through the seat. The air conditioner is currently turned on. We'll check the pressure in this state. You probably won't be sure whether this is normal or abnormal. In the end, they said this car vibrates. But the issue is that the engine isn't compensating its RPM due to load. That's what it means. The conclusion is that the issue isn't with the air conditioner, it's with the engine. That's what it means. When it vibrates, whether there's an RPM compensation. When you turn on the air conditioner, yes or no. So when you shift into drive, check whether the RPM drops and stays fixed or drops and then briefly rises again. If that's the case, you can conclude that my car has a problem with the air conditioner. There's a problem with this automatic transmission. There's a problem with the engine. You can find it out like this. This is how you may proceed.
Here it is. I've been looking for this all morning. Now let's see if it works.
The car is a grandeur. I'm showing you the engine bay. The reason you came is that there's vibration when the air conditioner is turned on and the car is put into drive. I wonder what's causing the vibration. You came all this way to find out. What I want to tell you is that there is vibration. Then, when you turn the air conditioner on versus when it's off, I'd like you to refer to the RPM gauge at that time. And if you put it back in the drive, it vibrates. So when you put it in the drive, how does the RPM gauge move at that moment? Some cars even vibrate only when it gets dark at night. So you can observe that. People like that when they turn on the light. Whether it leads to vibration depends on how much load the engine takes on, otherwise it doesn't. When you want to do maintenance, don't say it's unclear what needs to be serviced, just check them one by one. Like this car, when I turned on the air conditioner, there's vibration. The issue is that when you put this car into drive, there's a slight vibration. It's just that the level of that vibration is mild. So even when it was put in drive, the car couldn't compensate for the RPM, and turning on the air conditioner gave it more load. Because of that, you came by. So I explained it. It seems there's a problem with the engine. So then, I connected the gas gauge and checked what the air conditioner's gas charge level was like. The problem is that the air conditioner refrigerant gas is not in a normal condition. The cause of the vibration is the engine condition that can't compensate for the RPM. So, through any of these three, coolant, oil, or the ignition system, it's whether the engine immediately compensates the RPM due to the load or not. After you've taken care of that, it would be best to refill the air conditioner refrigerant as well. That's the conclusion. The cars I introduced so far were the grandeur. But when you turn on the air conditioner or put the car into drive, the body of the car shakes, or the seat shakes, the steering wheel shakes. There might be cases like this. You came to see me because you're not sure whether the issue is with the air conditioner or the engine. After diagnosing it, I found that this car's problem isn't a symptom that appears when you turn the air conditioner on. It happens when you put the car in drive. However, when it's in drive, the seat vibration is slight, and when you turn the air conditioner on, the vibration becomes worse. So that's why you came in. I told him to go to the neighborhood where he lives and have the car repaired, saying, go get it serviced. I'll upload the recorded video so you can refer to it and have the work done. He said, I think you may not understand what I mean, that the engine either does or does not provide compensation for this. So I'm trying to supplement the explanation through this board. Engine. A trouble has occurred. It's because it's faint, so you probably wouldn't know well. This is what's hiding right now. It's an underlying problem. And the car owner probably thought the engine couldn't be the issue. From the engine, there are stages of intake: compression, explosive combustion, exhaust, and when this fourth stage exhaust comes out, there's a catalytic converter there. The sensor behind this catalytic converter is the S2 oxygen sensor. Through the feedback from this oxygen sensor, if it behaves like this, then it's normal. I went to the ECU. The ECU controls the engine electronically, so it should add a bit more fuel. This needs to be an immediate command. But what happens is that it doesn't go. If the feedback from the oxygen sensor is located around the reference line like this, or it moves like this or this, then it's not acceptable. It means that changes in a signal cannot reach the ECU. Let's take another look. This is the ECU. A feedback signal is coming in. This is how it's moving the waveform you see. Here is the oxygen sensor. At some point, you turn on the air conditioner right here, or you put it in drive. For now, let's just call it the air conditioner. We'll go like this. Then it turns and we compensate. So how is that? Things have changed, right? The moment you turn on the air conditioner, the feedback is moving smoothly and gradually. When we send an air conditioner signal to it, nothing changes. How is that? I turned on the air conditioner, but there seems to be no change here, right? I can't get the RPM compensation. You can look at it like this. This is the road going down the other way. In this moment, I watched the feedback. And, at that time, I shifted gears or turned on the air conditioner. I drew it again like this. I generate a signal. Here, how is this? The moment you turn on the air conditioner, something changes, right? This is feedback control. So, when it gets to this point, the fuel is running low and then you send this signal to the ECU. Then, the injector and fuel injection amount increase here. The ECU receives this signal, and that's what we call etc. You're adjusting the throttle valve. The moment you touch this, the AFS value becomes positive and starts rising. The ECU receives that signal value and increases the fuel injection amount. Do you understand? That's why the oxygen sensor has a baseline. It means that if the waveform is not shown either below or above the baseline centered on it, then no feedback is generated. So in a normal car, wherever you go, and whatever signal you give it, turning on the air conditioner, putting it into drive, or turning on the lights, this view changes, depending on the moment. Okay, I'll do that. It's moving upward around the reference line. I turned on the air conditioner. Go right up, don't we? That's how these changes come about. You're going up again. So you put the drive in, shift the gear, then there's another change. How is it? Since you're going down, it's a signal to refuel. It's the route going down in the opposite direction. On the way down, turn on the air conditioner, or put it in drive. Then it goes down. Again, how is that? There's a change in what was going smoothly. The oxygen sensor moves gradually, either at a right angle or along a diagonal. Even if you move like this, as soon as you turn the air conditioner on, you have to move like this. But once you put the gear in, or once you turned on the air conditioner, it goes do and then starts to rise. So, while going like this, it doesn't seem like there's much, yet something changes, right? In this kind of case, the response occurs, but the RPM doesn't change immediately. You can think of it as there's a slight delay, and then the RPM increases. The best example is when I turn on the air conditioner. It's deflecting at a right angle and provides fuel compensation. This is what appears right when you turn the air conditioner on. But let's call it the oxygen sensor bank 1, S2. The numbers from this sensor come out as 0.7, 0.75, 0.8, and 0.6. If you look at this in graph mode, you get something like this in a grid. This small c? Like this. It's not a waveform or a wave, so I hope you won't mistake this for a waveform. So what you're saying is to figure out the cause. Before replacing any parts, I turned the air conditioner on. Where is the vibration coming from? The seat was like that. Then turn the air conditioner off, air conditioner off. Then switch to D mode. That's when the system vibration comes on. It was there, but very subtly. I'm saying it's something I can tolerate up to this level. No, it's not that the air conditioner has a problem, or that the transmission has a problem as of now. Don't you see that there are RPM levels 1, 0, and 2? When it's at this level, shifting gears or turning on the air conditioner makes it drop. There's a state like this where it's been dropped. It's supposed to go down and then rise immediately. But it doesn't. That's what I mean. He said you came to visit about this issue. If your cars have any vibration, you usually replace the mounts first. Most people said you should diagnose the mounts and check by using your hands to mark where the engine and the body connect so that you can confirm it before changing them. The conclusion is that the diagnosis was wrong. I've already sent it, so go check. And I hope the feedback status leads to proper repair. If not, you'll need to come back again. If possible, have it serviced in the area where I live first. And if it still doesn't work, then come here. When you come, it would be good if you know what Kwon Young Ho's maintenance style is. You think, why are you changing it like this? I wish you'd watch other videos too. But you didn't, you came anyway. That's what I'm dissatisfied about. If there's trouble with the engine, you can't give feedback. If there are no engine problems, you give good feedback. There are absolutely no engine problems, but you can't give feedback. So it's this an oxygen sensor failure. The warning light doesn't come on if it's responding only a little. That's when it won't turn on. Fuel efficiency gets worse. Acceleration responsiveness becomes worse. Or, when you turn on the air conditioner or put it in drive, there is vibration. If you think, I can tolerate vibration this much, so there's no need to get it serviced, then you don't have to get it fixed. Isn't that the case? I explained the reason today through the board. If you remember this, please note what the oxygen sensor feedback status is. Then, if you don't have equipment to record waveforms, you can diagnose by checking the scan data to see whether the air quantity sensor data changes when you apply a load, and whether the fuel injection amount data changes. With that alone, you can find the cause of the malfunction without having to look at the oxygen sensor waveform. You can remember it like this. The same applies to other cars besides the Grandeur. You can understand it this way. I'm not sure whether you were able to understand what I've shared with you up to this point. If you don't understand, it's hard to say. That I'd like for you to watch the video again from the beginning, step by step, so you can understand it. For a car breakdown, identifying the cause comes first. What are you replacing? It's not that. After identifying the cause, you find where the source is and fix it. I believe you've understood everything I've said so far. So I'll end here and take my leave. 권영호티비. Subscribers and viewers, hit like, subscribe. You didn't forget, right? Thank you. Bye bye.